Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. I am purely trying to make the most informative content possible, and I am not encouraging any dangerous activity with this video. No minors are participating in this video or engaging in any dangerous activity.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to the Buffers. I recently had the privilege of joining my first Balisong pass around. For all of you uneducated swines, a pass around, at least the one I participated in, is a giant game of hot potato that you play with a Balisong. You all stand in a circle and hurl this totally harmless object into the next person's hands until it inevitably explodes, causing Hiroshima Part 2. Well, that's kind of what it is. In this sense, Maker is sending out their product to flippers for feedback and exposure on their product. This particular Balisong is being sent through a chain of Balisong YouTubers and other flippers and having numerous videos made on it. I was apparently the most special of all these people and got sent this product first. Usually makers will send it to the closest person or the furthest person from them so it can make its rounds and not go across the country with every shipment. But in this case, it doesn't really matter because of where it came from. This Balisong is European. It came from literally across the world. How can I tell it's European, you ask? Well, it has an accent.
Ho ho ho!
This right here, the Dodo Industries Raphus, is the first Balisong from a brand new maker based in Belgium, home of the Waffle House. Dodo makes a mean Balisong, knows how to tune, and apparently really likes large extinct birds. The name Raphus is literally a fancy name for the dodo bird. The full name being Dodosius Raphosius Gluteus Maximus. I made that up. But you get the point. Bird name or not, this thing is awesome and I'm going to show you. Let's kick off this video with the specs of the Raphus, and buckle up, there's a lot of them. I asked Dodo for a spec sheet and he literally sent me paragraphs upon paragraphs of specs. Starting off with the conjoined specs of the trainer and live blade, this guy has 70-75 aluminum handles, pressed fit Zen pins, a very specific open length of 10.08 inches, a bushing pivot system, and hand-tuned washers. That just amazes me because I don't even know how to do that. And speaking of the hand tuning, if you ever do anything tuning wise on this guy, beware because it does have very shallow T10 hardware. Remember how I said there were a lot of specs? Well, that's where the similarities between the trainer and live blade end and the individual specs start. The trainer Raphus that I have right here has a blade made of AUS8 steel, which is pretty good, while the live bladed variant has an S35VN blade, which is absolutely insane for an aluminum Balisong, especially one coming in at only $198. Both of these blades are heat treated, which is to be expected, but it's important to note. The trainer clocks in at 3.79 ounces with the weights in the ends of the handles, while the live weighs a very specific 3.816 ounces. This difference is so small that it would be impossible to even notice without a scale. And yeah, those are the specs. Now what about the unboxing? From what Dodo has told me, it's alright. The Raphus comes to you in a really cool hard shell case similar to the Corvus, and it makes a very satisfying click. In addition to this case, you will also get some sort of sticker. I do not have one, so I have no clue what it is, but I would assume it has something to do with a bird. The unboxing that I had from this pass around was quite different, as it came with Dodo oil and a couple of spare pivots as well as no sticker. I have to say, no spare hardware is a bit underwhelming. It leads to this whole unboxing feeling slightly lackluster. This is something that Dodo could work on for sure. Before we move further into this extravagant video, I have to say a huge thank you to all 5,000 of you Bally nerds. I literally hit 5,000 subscribers right before I recorded this video, and I am in amazement. 5K subs is a huge milestone, and I am so thankful to each and every one of you for joining me on this unexpected journey of YouTube. You guys are the reason I put so much work into these videos, and I am blessed to have this opportunity. I have some really exciting things coming up soon, including my 5K giveaway, my merch drop, and some other new perks to all of my subscribers. If you are not yet one of them, what are you doing? Subscribe so you don't miss out on crucial updates, announcements, and crazy videos like this. I still have my Navali's code too. If you want to pick up the brand new ladder textured Volt Pro False Live Blade, go ahead and use my code in the description. Just click the link and go from there. This is currently the best way to support me as well. Now, the Raphus is a grip Bogart. I'm literally in awe of the aggressive grippiness of these handles. Something to note though is this big blank spot on the side of the handles. This specific space is often empty on Balisong made from many makers, so I understand Dodo leaving it be. But honestly, just one line milled out right there, like a faux speed channel, would make it so much better. The jimping is solid, and the depth of the grasp canyons, clench chasms, and grip trenches, I'm still figuring out what to call these, is perfect to stay glued to your hands while not feeling sandpapery. However, while a sandpaper texture is not something you need to worry about on the Raphus, some portions of it are slightly on the sharper side and can be uncomfortable. Obviously, you want your Raphus to be on the sharper side, at least for the live blade, but the trainer being sharp, that's kind of inexcusable. The spine of the trainer blade has very little rounding, or crowning as they like to call it, and that leads the chaplain being a little bit rough. My hands were feeling a little bit irritated after a flipping session with the Raphus, as it was just rubbing my fingers the wrong way and peeling my skin ever so slightly. And I have man hands, so all of you with little baby hands might literally explode upon flipping this guy. Also, it's not just the spine. Nearly every chamfer and surface on the Raphus isn't rounded as much as I would like to see. Alright, I've teased you guys enough. You want to see how it flips, huh? Well... Raphus was a huge surprise upon my initial unboxing of it because it flips insanely well. For being the first knife made by this waffle-eating birdman, it is crazy. For a 10th knife made by this waffle-eating birdman, it would be crazy. It's crazy either way. I was very curious as to what it would be like, and the flipping experience that I got was unlike anything I expected. The balance of the Raphus with and without the weights is amazing, with there being just enough of a change between the two to differentiate, while also maintaining a lovely balance. The grip and jimping leads to very flowy choker fans and ladders, while the tight tune and minimal wiggle always lets it land exactly where I want to while flipping. Something quite special about this guy as well is the sound. If you are someone that believes sound enhances the flipping capabilities of a Balisong, 1, you're my spirit animal, and 2, you'll flip really good with the Raphus. It sounds pretty great, as you can hear. It also has a stronger accent when lubed with the Dodo Industries Mystery Oil. Yeah, I just spilled some of the mystery oil like a moron. But hey. Stare deeply into my eyes as I do this. Not uncomfortable at all. Subscribe. It has a ring as well, mainly due to the long speed channels on the faces of the handles, but also due to the precision-tuned nature of this hand-tuned washer bushing pivot system. I can't believe you tuned the washers. Like, come on, that's too epic. Real quick, I'd like to introduce you to a brand new segment of my reviews that I will unofficially call Fits My Preferences. That was my best game show voice. But yeah, does the Raphus fit my preferences? In this portion of my reviews, I'll talk about what is holding me back from loving a Balisong and what makes it suit all of my needs and fit my preferences. The Raphus is great, as I've obviously stated throughout the previous minutes of this video. Sadly, it could suit my preferences better. I find it to be a wee bit too square for me, which leads to tricks like fans not feeling too great, and I love my fans. However, the lightweight nature of the Raphus does suit my preferences, as do many of its other qualities, so it's a win in my book overall. I feel like as I wrap up this video and my wonderful time with the Raphus, I should give Dodo some last feedback to implement into his future versions of the Raphus. One big thing is that it certainly needs to be rounded in all areas so that it doesn't feel quite so rough. I think that adding spare hardware to all of your future unboxings would be a great way to list what the communities want for less strict screws. Lastly, make some more blades. Give it a cool squared tanto or some other blade shapes. That's mostly a request for me. But anyways, that is going to do it for my review of the Dodocius Raphus Gluteus Maximus. Real quick, I want to thank Pyro Flipper for organizing this pass around and entrusting me with this knife. And lastly, I want to thank Dodo himself for taking a chance in making something truly awesome. Brother, I wish you the best in your knife making journey. Thank you all so much for watching, and make sure to keep an eye out for my next review. Might come sooner than you think. Thanks, guys. Oh man, I'm too tired for this.